Hey everybody, Laura Moulton, Executive Director of Street Books. Glad to do a very short video message in lieu of any kind of fundraiser this year, and you'll be glad to hear that too. There's no need to go anywhere in person. We have loved our annual fall event. It's a celebration and fundraiser in one. Our library patrons always eat for free. It's been a very cool years and years of gathering together. We are sad that we can't do that this year, but we want to let you know that the work continues and we would love your support. The pandemic was enormously challenging for everyone. We were a scrappy street library before it hit, and we were able to continue programming all the way through with adjustments and adaptations. And so I'm very happy to say that this far into it, we have thrived. We've managed to stay together and operational. There were many downsides to the pandemic and to operating a small nonprofit during the pandemic, but there were also upsides, and one of them is that I was able with Ben Hodgson, to finish a book project about the Street Books operations from the beginning. It's called Loners, The Making of a Street Library, and we are so thrilled to share that. It captures Ben's voice and the years that he was outside, the adaptations that he made on the streets, and he is a great writer, and I'm very proud of this book. So Loners, The Making of a Street Library is available now to purchase if you'd like to support us that way. Part of all of the sales of the books go back into Street Books. And I also just want to thank you for being behind us over time, for financial support, for bringing us books, for notes and cards of encouragement. All of those things have meant a lot. And next fall, we're hoping to have a giant gathering again. The cardboard book divinator that is feed a poker token in and get a book out will be back in action. We'll be on the other side of this. So consider joining our Patreon once a month supporter account that we use. Consider a one-time donation and buy the book. And one last thing, we do have an event October 5th at Powell's, and we will include the link to register for that. So we'll be in conversation with the writer Omar El-Akkad about our book Loners. So thank you again so much for your support. Look forward to seeing you out there in the future.
Hi, I'm Diana Rempe, the Community Outreach Director here at Street Books. I just want to start by thanking you all for the years of support that you've given us. You've shown up with books, with money, with wonderful notes of support, and we love all of it, so thank you so much. I want to tell you a little bit about what we're doing now at Street Books, and it's basically what we've always done, which is we show up every week, greet people by name, and bring them books, and reading glasses, and hats, and masks, and not so much hand sanitizer because we know we don't have to do that. But anyway, one of the things we had to do when the shutdown happened is we realized we couldn't bring our bikes out because we couldn't ask people to gather together. But we wanted to show up for our library patrons who were out on the streets in ways that they had never experienced before, with no place to go into, not even the gift of a minute in a warm bathroom. So we brought books in boxes and we approached people and just continued to be there for them. And we did that for a year, and then in about May of this year, we realized that we all kind of knew how to negotiate COVID safely, and so we brought the bikes back out on the street. And I think that was an amazing boost for everyone's spirits. Like, everybody seemed so glad to see us on our bikes. I know I felt so much better just being out there, feeling sort of normal. And we continued our regular shifts and continued seeing everyone that we've come to be so close to over the past almost 11 years. There's lots of negative things that can be said about COVID, and we know all of them and continue to know them. But some of the unexpected good things that happened here at Street Books is that we built stronger partnerships with both people and organizations that were also out on the streets with us. Folks like our friends at Street Roots, at Sisters of the Road, everybody who built and continues to run and live in the C3PO encampments, our friends out in St. John's, all of these people we spent even more time with and got to know better and build stronger relationships with. And our library patrons, I think we have a depth of relationship with many of our library patrons that we really didn't have before, and we feel really lucky to know them and to know them well. There were some pretty intense and sad moments. One of our long-term patrons contracted or was diagnosed with cancer and came to us and asked us for support, and we were able to sit with him in the hospital and then be at his bedside when he died last winter. And then we had a celebration of his life under the bridges with a lot of folks who had camped with him and known him for many, many years. And that was really beautiful and really sad, but we were so glad to have built those relationships and to continue to be there for folks. So that's sort of some of the stuff happening. We continued to respond in all sorts of weather. We were out in the wildfires in respirators. We were out in the ice storm on skis with books and hand warmers in our backpacks. And we're just doing our thing every week after week together. So we want to thank you for your support, and we want to ask you to continue that support. We see street books expanding in the future as these things sort of settle down. We're really excited about that, and we need to keep having your support to do that, so thank you. Please join us as a monthly supporter or a one-time supporter. Send us your books, and come see us, and to come along on a shift, because that's where the real magic happens, and we'd love to have you there. So thanks a lot.